Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. So, we're almost at the end of a very long week. Or at least I am. I still got one more day. We have a tennis match tomorrow. And it's our last one of the fall season, so, and well, it's not really a match against a school, it's kind of like a tournament that basically all of us got entered into. And you score points for both individually, you win. If you win like the tournament individually, you win you can win it individually, and then also your wins also add to the team's total wins through the tournament, and so also the team can win too. So it's kind of like both a team and individual tournament. So it's gonna be kind of fun. Um, and I'm playing doubles in it, so the top two people on the team play singles, and then there's two doubles teams to get entered. So I'm one of the members of the doubles team. Um, uh, what else did I do? I had the last midterm of this week. Thank God that it's been an incredibly long week with that. But I did get the midterm back from my film analysis class, and I got a 93 on it. I have no idea how, because I studied the completely wrong thing. Because because the class is kind of you watch movies and then you also read a textbook on how film is made and kind of the production that goes into it. And a lot of our we have like quizzes every Friday in the class, and a lot of those are on the movies. So I decided to like make sure I watched. I missed one movie, so I made sure I watched that. And none of the questions came from that movie. Or any of the other movies we watched. So, but luckily enough, I kind of remembered enough of what the class covered and kind of my prior knowledge of film to 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 do enough to get a 93. And so that was good. Um, but all the computer part. Oh yeah, I didn't decide. I decided not to go out tonight because I just had so much to do. Um, I had to like string two rackets for tomorrow, pack the bag for tomorrow, do laundry because my uniform is in the wash. Uh, so and then on top of that, the computer parts came in for the computer. So and yeah, so I was kind of nerding out on this computer. Didn't want to build this computer, so I decided that was going to be more fun. So I got the hard drives, no, the motherboard somewhat put together. I got the processor in it. I got the memory in it, and I got the mount installed in the computer in the case. But I haven't put the motherboard in, but I forgot to put it in something else first. So I just got to take the motherboard back out, put in this, and then put the motherboard back in. And it's really not a big deal that I missed it. It's kind of just looks. It's more for looks than anything else. So I'm not really too concerned about it. But if it looks good, then it's more of just a looks piece and probably prevent dust from getting in a little bit. But it looks like everything's gonna fit. I have a giant CPU cooler over there. I never knew that they were that big. um, I'll have to do an inside. When I finish it, I'll show you guys the inside of what it looks like. It's pretty insane. but it's quite fun to build it. But it's like nothing. A lot of it is very easy, but also like I just ran into a problem today. Like the motherboard was too thick for the screws that we're supposed to use for it, so I just had to make adjustments. I realized that the package of screws contains screws for like 2.5-inch hard drives, 3.5-inch hard drives, and the only ones that I'm putting in there are 3.5-inch hard drives. So I'm like, I don't need the 2.5-inch hard drive screws, and they look just about long enough for the motherboard. Let me try them, and they worked. So I'm like using the hard drive screws for the motherboard, but whatever. So and in case you guys are wondering, I think you guys might know this by now, but I'm smoking another Blanco 9 and Lancero. I love these things. And, what else today happened? Nothing really. Besides that, so with that, I think I'm going to get on to reading your comments. I'm going to start with. Whoop. I'm going to start with FU Grad of 1990. He commented on my Wyatt Toll tutoring, Toll tutoring lesson 2. He says, "Okay, Wyatt, answer me this, and this is just an example. Bear in mind, I do not understand it, and this is why I'm asking. In school, we have a class, maybe math. I don't remember now, but what is meant when it is said A is to blank as B is to blank? So what you're doing is is basically this is more like an elementary school kind of concept, which is never really explained well. It's more to build, association between two different things, like you know, like the relationship that A has to blank is the same relationship that B has to blank. Um, so they have the same relationship. So you're just kind of going, well, the relationship A has to, I don't know, say B. No, say A has to C, and that relationship is they're two away from each. C is 2 letters down from A. Is the same relationship that B has to D because they're both 2 letters. It's 2 letters away from B, or 1 letter depending on how you look at it, or how you count. But you see how they're kind of the relationship between them are the same, and that's what you're basically doing. You're kind of building. You're basically analyzing two things, finding the relationship between them, and then like, and then applying that relationship to the second case, so that way you can identify the second object in that second case. So like they'll say A is to whatever, and then as B is to what, and then you look at what the relationship between A is to whatever, and then then B has that same relationship to whatever it's applying. So it's kind of an interesting little thing, but it's not really. So it's all about kind of building an association between two things, which let's see. I'm trying to think of how you use that. I believe you use that a lot actually in real life, but you just don't. It's one of those things like they teach you, but you don't realize that you're actually using it. So, and he says, either I didn't take such a class where that was taught, or I totally missed it altogether. Um, or the very real possibility is that the teacher really didn't teach you that well, which happens a lot more than you think. Not to say I'm the greatest teacher out there, and I'm not actually a teacher. I'm a tutor, but um, I know the qualifications. Well, there, there's the average teacher, and then there's you got to think of how. Let's put it this way: there's a very real possibility that either they didn't explain it that well, or they just glossed over this concept. But it's basically relationship transfer to something else, like identifying, hey, this has this relationship. Let's apply to this to see where it goes. So, um, yeah, like like is dog is to puppy as cat is to kitten, and then the relationship between the two is that it's the infant version of whatever the first one is. So like a puppy is an infant version of a dog. So therefore the infant version of a cat is a kitten. So there you go. It's kind of identifying connections and then applying connections to other things. So I hope that answered your question. If it didn't, you can always just um, comment again and see if that helps at all. Uh, and then we'll go right into his comment on last night's vlog. He says, "Hope you enjoy your weekend, you however you choose to spend it. If you go out to the club, stay safe. I'm sure you will let us know how your evening went." I didn't go out. Unfortunately, I decided to be responsible because the match also, well, not only because I'm busy, but also the match starts also really early tomorrow. Like I had to be on the road at 6:45, and I have no desire to be partying till God knows what time in the morning, and then have to get up at 6:45, or not get up at 6:45, be on the road at 6:45. So I'll be responsible. I'll be responsible, even though, and they hold another event next month, so I'll go to that. Thanks for reading your comments. It's kind of cool that what we have going on here with your vlog, the back and forth, the chatting is nice. Yes, it is. I mean, you guys don't realize that you guys are the motivation for me doing these vlogs. To some extent, I mean, I do like doing them, but in their own right. But what really gets me excited is when I have comments like to respond to, because it's like I said, it's like chatting between friends. So it makes it more of a less of a video and more like almost like a internet chat between friends. So and he says the fact that you consider us friends as some of your subscribers is kind of you. I mean, it, it's I feel like you're more of a web friend than just another channel to watch. Thank you so much. I mean, that's kind of why I kind of created this channel. It's not only to give updates on my other channels, but also to um, build a more build more of a community in terms of like um, not being so professional. Well, not being so professional. when am I ever professional? um, but sort of like along those lines. And yeah, I definitely consider you guys friends in terms of, I mean, because it's it's very the amount of interaction we've had and the amount of enjoyment I actually get out of talking to you guys via these videos. I definitely consider you guys more friends because you know I feel like subscribers is too formal and too basically almost business like I'll feel like subscribers is basically it's more of like a business relationship, but kind of like a professional relationship, which I think what we do here, especially the amount and the way and the enjoyment and like the the interaction that we're having, and also my like I said, my enjoyment of actually talking to you guys. That's why I consider you guys friends, not just subscribers. I don't think I worded that great. um, uh, I feel like I can't speak for the others like Rory or Chris, but I look forward to the I look forward to coming home and seeing if you posted a new. Why is it? 1 second. Guys, welcome to the vlog. So sorry, that's here we go. See if you posted a new one for the day. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching so much. It's I still I know I've said this a lot, but I still have no idea why you guys choose to watch me. I'm just this guy sitting on my couch chatting with you. It's not like I'm doing anything really extravagant or particularly entertaining. Or particularly like trying to entertain. I'm not trying to entertain. I'm just trying to just say what happened during my day. And he says like video email, very cool. Yeah, if you want to send me a video via email, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I'll definitely watch it and definitely respond to it. I mean, my email address is on the channel if you click the business email thing, whatever that thing is. But that links to not my business email but my personal email. So I don't think I'll have to worry about getting inundated. Hopefully, just just don't send me a billion don't send me like 100 to 200 emails a day. That's kind of my limit. But I can answer a lot of emails, but as as long as you don't send me like 200 a day. um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, send it. Yeah, definitely, I love to watch it. He says I sub to both Romeo Rich and La Gloria 7. Thanks for sharing my channel link. No problem. I mean, I definitely, like I said, this what I'm doing here in this channel is about building, you know, up. It's not about building one person. You guys building just me up to whatever level I get to, but I want to bring you guys up. As as this channel grows, I want to build the channels that build other channels too. So I want it to be more of a community helping each other rather than just a community that just builds up the person who they follow. And I feel like that didn't make any sense at all. um, and he says, "Thank you for sharing my channel link, Mark." So no problem. I definitely look forward to hearing from you as well as everybody else. So and Romeo Rich says, "Thank you, Y, for another great smoke and chat cigar vlog. I hope that your plans for tonight and the weekend go well. Uh, well, they went as well as feasibly possible, considering I have a match tomorrow and I have to be there at I leave at 6:45. I pick a bunch of people up at 7:15, and then be there on the courts at 7:45. So, as well as they could go for tonight. um, and he says, "A goth night? Did I hear you right?" Yes, you did. It's a goth night, sort of. Yeah, it's a goth night. Um, I didn't figure you for being into that. Yes, I am actually very into that kind of subculture, and I actually always have been. I just never really dived into it until basically I didn't give a damn what people thought. Once I got up the confidence to actually, you know, not care what other people think, it definitely helps. But I've always been kind of, I've always kind of liked, everything, or 95% of what you know the goth subculture is. So, um, yeah, so I'm very interested in it. So yes, it was a goth night. Well, anyway, whatever you decide to do, go out, stay home. I hope it's a great way to wrap up a busy week. Yeah, I decided also. Yeah, it's been an exhausting week, and just the thought, like I'm looking forward to going to bed soon. So, I don't I don't think I would have made it lasted that long at whatever at going out. I don't think I would have lasted that long. As for your match lighting, that was no fail. I kept watching your burn line. It stayed pretty even much throughout the smoke, which proves your smoking it is like it should be. Yeah, uh, uh, yeah. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I just getting it on one match is really tough, especially if you like to toast like I do. Um, so yeah, it's it's one of those things I like to do occasionally when I get a long enough match. Like I don't like to do it with paper matches. I've done it before with paper matches, but that's a whole nother story entirely. But these wooden matches that Olivia or Oliva makes do a pretty good job. But I still prefer my good old Prometheus Magma tea. After you teach me, if he says, after you teach me a few lessons in tennis, we can move on to better cigar smoking because I think you would be a great at teaching interested persons how to properly smoke a cigar. Um, I mean, I'd up to be. I also, I have friends that have been interested in it, and that I've shown him, kind of, how to light a cigar and how to like extract flavors from it and things along those lines. So I mean, I'd be up to it. But yeah, I mean, definitely. And if you're ever in the area and if you want to play tennis or you want a lesson, don't worry about it. I don't charge friends, so if you want to learn, let me know. um, yeah, if you're ever in the Boston area, let me know. um, and that goes the same with you, FU grad of 1990. If you're ever in the Boston area and want to get together, let me know. Same thing. Look, yeah, Mark, Chris. Let me know if you're in the Boston area and want to get together. Let me know. I guess if you won't be uploading any new vlogs over the weekend due to other plans, I'll have to wait for the next one when you do post again. But I will be eagerly be anticipating the newest Have a Fun weekend. I'm gonna try to vlog as much of this weekend as I can because I basically my goal is to get this computer finished by tomorrow. So I will definitely basically after the tournament, which should only last from like noon to 3 o'clock, I'm just gonna be my computer all day working on it. um, because I'm really looking forward to just getting all the editing software onto it. Because, like I said, every single time I go to try to edit on this computer, it basically sounds like it's going to have a stroke or something. This computer is a relatively basic model of a laptop, so doing any high end, well, not to say my videos are high end, but doing any kind of really, editing at all is um, it takes a while. Especially I render in 1080p at 60 frames per second. So yeah, it's quite. Actually, I don't even need a render at 60 frames per second because my camera only shoots in 34. But it's. I'm looking forward to getting this thing set up. It's gonna be pretty pretty nice computer. But I will be uploading this weekend, so don't worry about it. So I hope you tune in. So thank you, Rory, for the comment. Um, and then LaGloria7 says, is there a cigar that you have not tried that you really want to smoke? The Romeo in Toro is definitely one of them. There's a few out there that that are on my bucket. I have cigars on my bucket list that I want to smoke. And those are there's a not the London cut black tie, but there's a really London cut black tie has basically a gold plated leaf, but there's another one that's actually a gold plated leaf all the way to the tip, whereas the London cut black tie is only to like the band. So it's basically like smoking a gold cigar, and apparently what it does is the gold really just changes the flavor profile of it. I think it's a little bit excessive to smoke a gold cigar, but if it's just something that's I've been curious about. I'm like, I'll do it once, and I'll probably have no desire to ever smoke a gold cigar again. But I want to see what it's actually. I'm just kind of curious, so it's on my bucket list of cigars to smoke. Then there's the Gurkha His Majesty's Reserve, which I want to try. That one's expensive too. That one used to hold the world record for the most expensive cigar. Um, until Gurkha made another one that's even more expensive, and I want to try that one too. But these are not ones that I plan on buying like, boxes of. I'm not that well off, so. But I do want to try them as part of a bucket list of cigars that I want to smoke. Then there's a list. I mean, I've only been smoking 2 years, so I've only what I have tried is only like a drop in the bucket compared to what is out there. There's I do want to try the Padron Family Reserve 50 year. I do want to. Let's see. There's another one. Let's see. They used to make it. It's called the Grand Mamba or something like that. It's 14 inches uh, long. I want to try that just because just out of a morbid curiosity. Well, some of these gimmick cigars I want to try just out of a morbid curiosity of what they actually smoke like. But of like actual cigars that I want to try, the Romeo, the His Majesty's Reserve, the Padron 50 year. Uh, what else? Let's see. Oh, the Dark Master from Leroy versus the Dark Master series. Um, the let's see the Blanco 9 JT Limitado I want to try. The Illusione or I forget what it's called. Uh, see what is it called? I hate these websites. What the hell? Illusione, yeah, I know. Illusione cigars. What the hell is up with that website? Okay. I won't be. Okay, I'll be going Cigar International. I want to find out what the name of it is. Well, I guess I can't find the name, but it's an Illusione cigar. I want to try. Let's see what else. But yeah, that kind of gives you an idea that there is a bunch of cigars out there that I do want to try. That I'm basically gonna get around to try. I think the Romeo is gonna be the next one that I try. Probably, like I said, on the next order I do, I'll probably get a 5-pack to throw in the humidor to see, well, to acclimate and then see how they actually do. Which, based on what Rory is saying, that they're very good. So I'm looking forward to trying them out and seeing what what I think about them. You know, and what as long as they're good construction, have a good construction, then to me that they're a good cigar. Good construction, good cigar, and then whatever the flavors are, that's more of a personal choice. Like I typically prefer like the flavors that I'm getting out of this, which is more like a sweet kind of dessert like flavors, like coffee, cream, cocoa, um, things along that line. Now, occasionally I like leather, um, pepper, and peppery sticks, but those are more. on the like I can enjoy this cigar any time of the day, whenever I want. Whenever the feeling suits me. A big pepper bomb, I'm gonna need to have a big. That's like a after dinner cigar. Uh, Actually, speaking of that, if you guys are probably the most interesting, not interesting cigar, but the most when people say black pepper flavored cigar, the closest thing I can, the biggest that I've had is actually well, it's not really the biggest I've had, but the one that stood out the most as like this is like tastes exactly like black pepper, and it would be the Gurkha Enforcer, which is only through Thompson Cigar, so it's kind of like a knockoff of the Gurkha, but it's probably that and the Sinister uh, are pretty good from in terms of like their Gordo lines. I didn't really care for the Typhoon, but now I'm rambling on different cigars. It's gotten to be that time of the night. So yeah, don't forget to tune in this Sunday because we're gonna do that live stream. We're gonna be doing that over at the Angry Critic channel. It's just for fun to test out the equipment. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. We're gonna be watching the Burbs. We're doing it Sunday at 8. So I hope to see you guys there. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.